In this episode we take Zen again through the Panama Canal, going from the Atlantic to the Pacific side. As we were going through in one day, it meant an early start, and we left the pen at about 4 in the morning. As soon as we arrived at the flats, the pilot boat was on its way and our illustrious advisor Amado was ready to do the death-defying leap and jump on board Zen again.
Hi.
There's a journey of a few miles from the flats up to the first lock at Gatun, and it took us about an hour or so going under the Atlantico Bridge. As we approached the first lock at Gatun, we had to raft up with 2 other boats, so we were going through in a nest of 3.
First bow and surf. First bow and surf.
The voices you can hear are from our line handlers. We had 3 of them and they did an amazing job. The monkey fists that are thrown by the shore crew have a big weight in them, so you've got to be careful when they're thrown onto the boats. Once we had all nested up together, we could then proceed towards the first lock. And on the right there you can see the monkey fist being thrown towards our line handlers, who expertly take it without sustaining any damage to our hatches or solar panels, which is actually quite a big concern for boats going through the canal. The canal crew have these light messenger lines. These are attached to the monkey fist, which are then tied on to the big thick blue lines. Once we get into the lock, you'll see the big blue lines being pulled up. These get attached to the bollards and these secure the craft as the locking procedure commences. So that was that. The doors were closing on the Atlantic and it was time to move on to new and greener pastures, so to speak. One important thing we had to pay attention to was the turbulence that comes during the locking procedure. This comes from the rising and falling of the waters and the mixing of fresh and salt water. We've now gone through the 3 uplocks and we're now about to enter the Gatun Lake, so you can see our line handlers basically returning the monkey fist back to the shore crew. The middle part of the Panama Canal crossing is a 27-mile passage through the Gatun Lakes. These lakes are fairly placid, fairly protected, they're fresh water. However, there is quite a lot of shipping around, so you have to be a bit careful and you need to keep a sharp eye out on what's coming, and the advisor is always telling us to keep very close to the starboard buoy to create more room for the ships to pass. It's a pretty crossing. There's lots of pretty islands and sometimes you can even see wildlife like deer and crocodiles. Once we're through the Gatun Lake, it's now into the 3 down locks, which stand between us and the Pacific. The distance between the first 2 down locks is too long for the shore crew to hold the line, so they have to throw the monkey fist back, and we proceed as a nest towards the penultimate Miraflores lock. We had another Aussie boat next to us, and as you can imagine, we were pretty stoked to be finally back in the Pacific, and it felt like we were really on our way home already. Once we'd gone through the final lot, we could then break up from the raft and make our way towards our final destination for the day, which was the anchorage at La Playita. By 5 o'clock in the evening, our Panama transit was over and we were back in the Pacific. The last time we were in the Pacific was in 2011 when we were on the east coast of Australia. There was a good weather window coming up for leaving Panama, so we spent our last few days on the Panama City side getting ready and provisioning, including some excellent fresh fruit provisioning at the San Felipe Nara markets. The fruit and veg we bought there is still good 3 weeks later. We were now ready as we were going to be, so here we are on our way to clear out of Panama. Join us next time when we leave Panama and head for the trade winds and the Southern Hemisphere. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.